Hi, Assalamualaikum and good day. Today I'm going to teach you on how to do differentiations. This is the objective of today's lesson. Hopefully, by the end of this session, you are able to differentiate functions using various rules of differentiation. In the last lesson, we have learned about finding the derivative of a function using first principle, which required a long calculation and easy to make mistake. Following are the rules of differentiation that can help you to find the derivative much easier. First rule is known as constant rule. Differentiating a constant, you will always obtain zero. Second rule is known as power rule. Differentiating x to the power of n, the answer is equal to n x to the power of n minus 1. That is by putting the power to the front. Write down the function and the power minus 1. Third rule is known as product rule. Differentiating product of function uv, the answer is equal to uv prime plus vu prime. The last rule is known as quotient rule. Differentiating a quotient of function u over v, the answer is equal to vu prime minus uv prime over v squared. Now, refer to example 5. You need to differentiate the following function with respect to x. For a is y is equal to 10, which is a constant. Differentiate y with respect to x, the answer is 0. This is because the derivative of a constant is always equal to 0. For b, to differentiate the y, you need to apply the product rule and you will get negative 8 plus 60x to the power of 4 as the answer for dy over dx. As for c, you need to change the y to power form first and then apply the power rule. You will get 1 over 2 square root x as the answer for dy over dx. For d, you also need to change the y to power form first, then apply the power rule. You should get 1 over 3 x to the power of negative 3 over 2 as the answer. Refer to example 6. To differentiate the function, you need to apply product rule. For a, by taking the first function as u and the second function as v, differentiate both u and v, you will get 3 and 2 respectively. Substitute into the formula of uv prime plus vu prime and simplify, you should get 12x plus 1 as the answer. To differentiate b, you also need to apply product rule. Identify the u and v and differentiate both with respect to x. Then substitute into the formula of uv prime plus vu prime and simplify, you will get the following answer. Proceed with example 7. To differentiate the function, you need to apply quotient rule. For a, by taking the above function as u and the below function as v, differentiate both u and v with respect to x, you will get 3x squared and 2 respectively. Substitute into the formula of vu prime minus uv prime over v squared and simplify, you should get the following answer. To differentiate b, you also need to apply the quotient rule. Identify the u and v and differentiate both with respect to x. Then, substitute into the formula of quotient rule and simplify, you should get the following answer. Now, consider y equal to fx to the power of n. Differentiate this function using power rule. You will obtain dy over dx equal to n multiply with fx to the power of n minus 1 and multiply with f prime x. We can also differentiate this function using the chain rule by letting u equal to fx and y equal to u to the power of n. Dy over dx is equal to dy over du multiplied with du over dx. The chain rule helps us to differentiate a function of a function which is known as the composite function. Refer to example 8. To differentiate the function, you need to apply the power rule. For a1, given that y equal to x to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 4, by letting fx equal to x to the power of 3 minus 2 and differentiate the fx with respect to x, you will obtain f prime x equal to 3x squared. Substitute into the formula of n multiply with fx to the power of n minus 1 multiply with f prime x and simplify, you will get the following answers. For a2, you need to change the function to the power form first. Then identify the fx and differentiate with respect to x. Substitute into the formula accordingly and simplify, you should get the following answer. For a3, you also need to change the function to the power form first. Then apply the same process as in a1 and a2 just now. You should be able to get the following answer. To solve b, you need to differentiate y with respect to t and t with respect to x. Then apply the chain rule formula, which is dy over dx equal to dy over dt multiplied with dt over dx. Substitute accordingly and simplify, you should be able to get the following answer. In the next lesson, you are going to learn on how to differentiate the trigonometrics, exponential, and also logarithmic functions. So